Hello and welcome to episode 26. My name is Stephanie and I'm the creator behind the Crafty Dragonfly channel. If you're new here, I've had quite a few new subscribers lately, so welcome and thank you for subscribing. It really does mean a lot. I've not introduced myself for a while, so here goes. I live in the north of England, north of the UK, near the Pennines, and with my hubby, long-suffering yarn widow hubby, and because he just puts up with anything I buy and wherever I put it, and I'm always moving things about, and as you'll see if you've checked out my last video, I did mention that about moving rooms. Do that a lot. So he's really good for that. I must say, I'm sorry if I've got my glasses on this week. Last week's episode I didn't have my glasses on, so even though my eyesight isn't horrendous, it was a little bit blurry when I was looking at the screen, and I kept looking at the screen, which is to the right of the camera. So I've got my glasses on, but it might be that you can see the reflection in my glasses. Now I don't quite know. I've got the window behind me. So sorry if you can see the reflection in my glasses, but not that you're looking at my face. You'll be looking at what I've made and what I'm going to show you. So I'll stop waffling. Where was I? Yes. So I live with my hubby. We've been married for 30 years. We have 3 grown-up boys. The youngest is at university at the moment, and we have 2 mad Cocker Spaniels. So I say mad because they still are at 10 and 9, but you know, that's Cocker Spaniels for you. So so that's me in a nutshell. Don't want to go on too much. And if you are a long-suffering subscriber, thank you for coming back to watch me again. Today's episode, I'm filming it in 2 parts, I think. We were putting the decorations up last night actually, in the evening. I did take some video footage, so if it's okay when I watch it back, I'll speed it up and I'll just insert it probably here, just to show you putting our tree up. I know everybody's doing Vlogmas at the minute, and I really do like watching other people's Vlogmas videos. I'll leave links to the ones that I'm watching at the moment in the description below this video, so you can have a look. I'm sure you all watch them anyway. Now I was thinking about doing it, but then I thought, well, I don't really go anywhere, to be honest. I'm a bit boring. So, and because I work during the day, I am a medical secretary and I type. I work for an online medical transcription company. So you just have to get the work. You log on, you type, and then you earn a bit of money. So that's what I do during the day, even though I'd love to be crocheting all day, maybe one day. So anyway, I'm rambling. We've put the decorations up, so if the video's okay, I'll insert some footage. And the dogs, well, it was Murphy. He kept banging into the tree. You'll see him in the video if I do put it in. If not, if it's turned out a bit rubbish, the video, I'll take a quick video of when it's all calm, and you can look at it then. So we'll see. I don't know how good I am at doing speeding up video, so we'll see about that. So back to, I'm going to do it in possibly 2 sections, because when we got the decorations out, I realised how much stitching I've done over the years. When I started crocheting in about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, so not long. And before that, I was a stitcher. I used to do lots of embroidery and red work stitching, cross stitch, the odd cross stitch, and I used to sew as well. I used to make curtains and blinds and all that jazz. And then obviously crochet took over my life a little bit, and I'm a bit obsessed with it to date. But I thought, for those of you who might be interested in stitching, I'd show you what I've made. So if you're not interested, then just fast forward to the crochet bit. But I'll show it anyway. At some point I'm hoping to put timestamps on my videos, because I know that a lot of YouTubers do that, and it makes it easier for people that are watching. You know, if you want to go back to a video and you don't want to be trying to fast forward it through to the section that you want to look at, you can just go to the timestamps and click on it, and it takes you straight to that bit. So at some point I'll try and get that sorted out, if my techie brain will allow me to do that. So what was I going to say? Oh, if as usual, if you've not got a drink, go and get one, because I suspect this video is going to be slightly longer than my usual half-an-hour video. I did ask, actually, the other week, I asked my subscribers if what length of video do you like watching? Do you like a quick 10-15 minute video, because I know how busy everybody is, or do you like a slightly longer one? You know, do you sit down and just put it on and craft away yourself, you know? And I think the main consensus was that people like a slightly longer video, because I know when I'm watching podcasts myself, which I do a lot, in the evening, if my hubby's watching something and I don't particularly want to watch it, I just put a podcast on with my headphones in and sit and crochet while I'm listening to and watching that person. So I suspect that's probably what people do. So this one, especially because I seem to be waffling an awful lot at the moment, is going to be longer than usual. So oh, and also what I wanted to say was thank you I've had some donations on my Ko-fi account, and there's a link to it in the description below. It's a little it's like a tip jar that and I've put on, you can buy me a nice cup of tea kind of thing. I don't like talking about that usually, but it's just I wanted to say thank you to the people that have bought me a nice cup of tea. So it just helps to, if you like the content of the video and you want to buy somebody a cup of tea or a coffee. I drink tea mainly, so thank you for the people that have done that. I'm really, really grateful. On that note, I'll stop waffling on now. I'm just going to grab, talking about tea, a quick cup of tea. So let's get on with it. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm at my desk and my computer screen's behind here, so I've put my blankets and Richard, Richard's got to be in the video. I love Richard. And Noel, the little mouse that I made last year. So, and I'm still waiting for the cushion pad for this cushion that I made last week. I showed you that in last week's episode, so I won't bother showing you that now. So, what we'll do, actually, let me show you this. This is when I first started crocheting. Now, I don't know, it's probably about 4 years ago when I first started. It was supposed to be like a table runner, but it's not big enough for a table runner. But I've kept it because, let me show it you while I'm talking. It's very small anyway. And I just wanted, I think at the time I was probably thinking I'll just do it as a bit of a sample piece. But I've kept it on purpose because even though it's all wonky, all the edges are all wonky, it probably would help, to be honest, if I'd blocked it. But it's how much I've improved over the years, and I'm by no means an expert at it, and I think you can never stop learning with anything that you do, to be honest. But and it's come undone at certain places where I've not, you know, can you see there? I could fix that anyway. I can just pop it back in with a needle. But it's just so nice, isn't it, to look back on projects that you did when you first started, if you've kept them, to see how far you've come. And that will always, I'll always treasure that, because I just, and it only comes out at Christmas, because I obviously made it round Christmas time. But it's just nice to see that you do, with a, you know, a bit of perseverance and becoming a bit obsessed with crochet like I have, that you can improve. So I just thought I'd show you that. We'll leave that there. Okay, so we're talking about, I used to embroider. I did that for a while. Now I can't remember the dates of when I did it, but that doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, you're not bothered about that. But this one is a Caroline Zoob stitch, and it's obviously you can see what it is. I'll see if it can focus. Hopefully that's focusing okay. And it was a really nice thing to stitch. It was a real pleasure to do. It comes with just a very does it come with an outline? Yeah, it's got like a very faint, don't know what happened there, my camera switched off. Got it plugged in as well. It said battery exhausted. Anyway, sorry about that. So I was here. Yeah, it comes with a very faint outline, and you follow her instructions and then you just stitch it. So I've still not framed it, so I need to get on and do that this year, because I could, it's Christmas stitching, so I could put it up somewhere. And the next one, this one is, I haven't put it in a hoop, so hopefully you can see it okay. This is a skater on ice, and again, that was lovely to stitch. I just need to get them in a frame, and then, you know, they can come out every year then at Christmas time. So again, that's Caroline Zoob, so I'll leave a link to her website as usual. Anything I talk about in the video, if you're new here, yeah, anything I talk about or anything I've bought or whatever, I'll just leave links to it below the video so that you can just go and click on the links, and then you don't have to go searching yourself. So cross stitch, I've had this for a while, good few years. That, I think you can see that okay. That's just literally I followed a pattern and just stitched it, but yeah, I just usually hang that up somewhere, but I've had that, as I say, for quite a long time. Moving swiftly on, this is all red work now that I've done over the years. I've not done any for, well, probably about 12 months now. I sort of exhausted doing red work, and then I've come off it a little bit, so just because crochet's, you know, taken over a bit. So I've got a couple of unfinished red work projects, but I'll show you the finished ones first. So we've got, these are by, that'd help you, wouldn't it, by Mandy Shaw of Dandelion Designs. I'm not going to say it because I was going to say I'll leave a link, but I keep saying that. So this is the first one. So what Mandy does is she uses iron-on transfer designs. So you have the calico and you iron on the design, and then you just follow it around with red work stitching. So and then make it into a heart, and then the back's just in like a polka dot. So they're really cute to do, actually, really nice to make. They're good for presents as well. So that's one of them. I've got that one that I made, which is a fireplace, and I just hang them up on the door, on door handles. But they are really lovely. And she doesn't just do Christmas hearts, she does them throughout the year. I think I've got a kit somewhere for a winter scene, but she does lots and lots of different things. She's written loads of books. I've got quite a few of Mandy's books. She's a quilter. She's lovely, really nice. I've met her in person. I met her one year at the knitting and stitching show in Harrogate, so it was nice to meet her, actually. Moving on, I think I've got quite a few of these. These are just like little Christmas decorations that you can hang on your tree. They've got cardboard in, again with polka dot on the back, a Noel one. Don't know what I've done with the rest of them. I think they must be on the tray already. But you don't want to see loads anyway, do you? Oh, that's a cross stitch one. This is a really old one. I think I did this a long time ago. And I've not stuffed it enough. It's quite flat, actually. But I still think it's so lovely to keep things that you hand make. And you know, I wouldn't ever get rid of them anyway, but that's a nice little fawn. This one is you put it's a wine glass cover, so that you can put a fake tea light in the bottom and then it lights up. So that's that one. It just says Merry Christmas, and then you just attach it there at the back, and again, all that comes as a kit with from Mandy's shop. So, but it looks nice when it's got a little lighting. And this one is wall hanging I did, that hopefully you can see it properly. And it's made up of 4 different panels. They're all done in red work. Show you one up close. And then you just put a backing on it. Whoops. Bit difficult to hold it up when it's so big. There you are, hold it back a bit. And then that one. Yeah, and then it's just got a backing that I put on. It's called a wall hanging, but I didn't actually put anything on it on the top to hang it. So it's probably, I think I'll just have to get some little clips and just put some twine over the top of it or something, do that, and then I can hang it up. You could put it over the back of your chair, your sofa or something if you wanted to do that, but I think because it's meant to be up on the wall so that you can see all of the different designs, because you've got different shops, you know, Bert's Grocers, Dusty's Bakery, Joni's Wool and Fabric Shop, you know, toy shop. So I just need to give that a good press actually. It's a bit crumpled. Works in progress for the red work, I've got 2. What a surprise. This one is meant to be a table centerpiece. If you can see, I have started it, and you can see there, look, the design that I've transferred onto it. Can you see? It's faint, it's faded a little bit because it's about 2 years old, this. But you just work round, you just stitch on it, and then obviously I'll edge it like I've done with the wall hanging, and then you just sit it in the middle of your table, your Christmas table. So I'll get round to it one day. And it is lovely to do. I do like doing it. It's just I'd forgotten about it, to be honest. It was in the cupboard. And this one, I've no excuse. Can you see I've pinned it all? That's the back. It's a cushion. I'll unpin it so I can show you. I need to get the cushion in you know, the pad that goes in the middle, that your cover goes around. It's an envelope style back cushion, and then that's that. So that would look lovely as a little cushion, and I've finished it. I just need to get the pad, as I said, and just sew it quickly with the sewing machine. So yes, I must get that done. Probably not this year, if I'm honest, but I'll get it done. So there's my stitching projects. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed that little bit, that segment, and you're not asleep yet. So I'll move on now to the crochet bit, if that's what you've been waiting for, and I can show you what I've been up to this week. So moving on, I'll show you my finished object first for crochet this week. The other 2 I've got are works in progress, one which you have seen and the other one I think I hadn't started. I can't remember. I think I hadn't started it last week. But anyway, I did talk about this in last week's video. It was a pattern by Sarah Prather from Sarah D Crochet on Instagram, and she'd brought out a really cute little pattern for two Christmas elves called Jingle and Jangle. So I think I've made Jangle. I keep getting them mixed up, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest, what you call which. I've altered the pattern slightly, but not very much anyway. So this is Jangle, or it's probably Jingle because it's the smaller one. So he's got little legs with little boots on, and then you work his body and his head, which is this under here, and then you work his arms and separate and sew them on afterwards, and then you've got the ears, and you can put a little star on the end or whatever you want, but I've just put a little piece of gold yarn on and just tied it off, and then I've just dotted little bits of gold and put some in his ears, and I think Sarah had used blusher for the cheeks and the ears, but I don't have any, so I've just put little bits of sparkly gold in his ears, and he's worked out really cute. I just wanted to get him finished so that I could just put him at the bottom of the tree or something like that anyway. But he's really cute and he doesn't take that long. He's got stripy legs, look, to match his, so he's got like stripy tights on or whatever. But yeah, he's cute, and Sarah's patterns are very easy to follow. She writes them really well, so I'd recommend any of Sarah's patterns really. I think they're all really good. So yeah, that's the finished object. I'll show you this. This is the one that's the granny square blanket, you know, that I'm working on, where I'm doing lots and lots of different squares. Using, I started with the heart one, if you remember. Using Deramore's DK Studio anti-pilling. It's a very good quality yarn, and I got it at the time 50% off, so I think it worked out at just over £1 something per ball, so really reasonable, and couldn't recommend it enough. It's a really good quality yarn, and the shades are beautiful. So if you remember last week, I said that I was going to start doing a join as you go method. So, and I was hoping I'd have more to show you, but unfortunately time was not on my side and I ran out. Excuse me. So I've started it anyway. So I'm going to join it all in cream, join all the squares together. I haven't finished all the squares yet, to be honest, anyway, so but I just wanted to see which method I liked best for the join as you go method. So I'm using, instead of treble stitches, which is what the granny square is made up of, I'm using half treble, just because I think it frames the square a little bit better. So I'll carry on with that, and then by next week I should have a lot more of that to show you. But yeah, I'm doing quite well. I've got a bit of a production line going with them. I think I've told you that before, where I do all the centres in different colours, the colours that I'm using, which are these. You can see them. Lots of centres, and then you just swap each ball colour of the yarn or ball around, and then you work your next round, that's the word. You work the next round, and so on until you've got it as big as you want it. Now I have worked 1, 2, 3, 4. I've worked 6 rounds for each square, and then the cream, the join as you go, will be the 7th. So I don't know how you do join as you go method, but you start off with 1 square with all 7 rounds done, and then you start to work the next square in the 7th round, and then you just carry on in strips, and then you put them all together. I haven't used a join as you go method before, I have to say. I usually I've done lots of different methods, to be honest. I've worked double crochets, I've stitched them together, I've done all sorts, but I quite like the join as you go method. It's very neat, it's neat on the back, there's nothing sticking out, and it's, you know, it's well joined together, so I like that method. So I think that will be my go-to method from now on. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. I've got loads and loads of this Deramores left, so I'm quite keen to get this blanket finished in these colours, and I'll do a join as you go method for all of the squares, and then I'll finish it off in I don't know what border yet, I've not decided. Possibly just like a granny stripe border or something like that. Maybe in all of the colours that I've used. So do, you know, 3 or 4 rounds of a border, because that way then you can, if you thought that your blanket was a little bit too, came out a bit smaller than you wanted it to, you could make it bigger, obviously, by putting extra rounds on the border maybe. So I'll decide on that when I'm at that point, and I'll let you all know what I've decided to do. But I'm keen to get that finished in these colours and then start another one, because I've got other shades of the Deramores yarn. I've got some blues, and my favourite colour, I do quite like blue, so I'm keen to get another one of those started. But I'm trying to hold off and finish this first, and then I can start a new one. I'm smiling to myself, because as I'm telling you that, I'm thinking, oh, I could actually just start a couple of squares in the blues and see. Anyway, we'll see. So moving on swiftly, this one, I can't remember whether I showed it you last week. I'm sorry if I did, but I just honestly can't remember. I've had such a busy week. This one is a pattern called Emma's Heart Blanket. Yeah, Emma's Heart Blanket by Anita, made by Anita on Instagram. It's I'm really loving the granny square vibe at the moment, can you tell? And she's brought this pattern out last week, I think. Her account's really beautiful, and I just had to have it because it was the hearts on the border. Now I haven't finished, I've not finished it, hence why I can hold it up and show it to you. This is the start of it. So you start off with your traditional granny square rounds in the middle, and then you incorporate hearts in the border all the way around, and then I think the next bit of the pattern is, I won't say too much because it's a paid for pattern, so I don't want to give too much away, but I'm sure if you look at it on her Instagram you'll think it's beautiful. She does some really lovely ones. So that's it so far. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it so far. I'll just get on with that now. And to be honest with you, this is, oh by the way, this is done in from using my stash, which I'm so pleased about because I've got that much of it. I was very tempted to go out and because I know Anita had posted, she's made one in like pinks and that kind of colour, and the first one, and then she's made another one, a winter one, that's in nice Christmassy colours like this one, although this isn't Christmassy. You could have this up all year round really, or have it out all year round should I say. So this one, she'd put a pack together, a colour pack with Lauren from Snuffle Bean Yarn, and the colours she's chosen are beautiful, but I've got quite a big stash of Stylecraft, so I thought I'm just going to use that because I need to get it down so that I've got an excuse to buy more. I've got no room at the moment, I'm completely chock-a-block, so I thought, yeah, I'll use my own stash. So I've picked my own colours. On my Instagram account I've listed the colours. I think this is this is cream, obviously. This is Lincoln, the green. That's silver, and that's the red is lipstick. I've remembered. Yeah, I think it's those are the colours. So at the moment it's not feeling heavy. Now blankets are everybody's personal choice. Some people like really heavyweight blankets, others, you know, like them a little bit airy and, you know, just so you've got something to snuggle under. I suspect as it grows it will get a bit heavier, obviously, because there'll be more rounds on it, but I'm really, I do like it. And that's what I was going to tell you. I've digressed talking about stash. The reason why I have started this blanket, and I've been quite keen to work on it alongside the granny squares, is when I start doing Amigurumi, I'm just looking at my screen, what's up with it? Oh no, it's okay. When I start doing little characters, my fingers hurt sometimes. Now, whether it's just because of how small you're doing the stitches and, you know, you're making them a lot tighter, you've got a smaller hook and that kind of thing. So I have to give my hands a rest from little Amis, and because I've been trying to get Jangle finished, and because he is quite small, it's amazing how taxing it can be on your fingers, or on mine anyway. So by doing blankets and granny squares and something quite, Murphy's just come in. Hello Murphy. Yeah, by doing the granny squares, it's quite a repetitive, gentle method that I really like. So I think I'll be doing more of those going forward, because it is quite kind on my hands, and they work up really quickly. So you can imagine if you did this is a DK weight, Stylecraft Special DK. Don't know whether I said that in the beginning because I went off telling you about the stash. So Stylecraft Special DK, anyway. So if you did Stylecraft chunky or any chunky yarn, it would work up a lot quicker as well. But I do like this Stylecraft Special as well. It's very soft. So yeah, I'm pleased with that one. So hopefully by next weekend, I will have the finished blanket to show you, now that I'm not working on the little Amy to get him finished. Or if not, at best, I'll have more of this to show you, and I'll have more of the granny squares joined, and you'll be able to see that a little bit better. And I think that's it. I've got my Simply Crochet magazine a couple of days ago. I've not even had a chance to look at it yet. I've just opened it, and what was in it but a little calendar, 2022 calendar, with endangered animals in it, and it's beautiful. It's really, really cute. You've got I'll just show you one for January. You've got a little red panda, and then it takes you and it gives you a little bit of blurb about it, fun facts about each animal. I'll show you another one, penguin for December, very apt. And then right at the end of the, right at the back of the calendar, there's all the patterns. So that's really, really good, that. If you were, oh, look at that one, an iguana. Yeah, and I think there's a turtle as well somewhere, and a snail. But yeah, that's really good that they give you all the pattern as well. So you could even make one a month if you wanted to. I don't think I'll be able to do that, but yeah, really cute. I like that. So the magazine, I've not even had a chance to look at, so I can't tell you what's in it or what I'm wanting to make, as usual, getting distracted with lots of different patterns. So I'll probably show you that next week if there's anything that I see that I think you might be interested in. That's the front of it anyway. But I usually like to sit down with this, and when I've got, you know, just some quiet 15-20 minutes, and just look through it with a nice cup of tea and a mince pie, something like that. That'd be nice. So yeah, I think that's it. I think we're all done. So it's a longer episode, as I said, this time. I hope you've all found it interesting and you've not fallen asleep. How are you doing with your Christmas shopping? I've only just started. I do a lot of mine online because I'm here and I work from home, it's easier for me to get things delivered. Don't have too much to buy for, thankfully. So but I am a little bit later than I would like to be this year. So I think once I've made a list, I feel better, and then as I go, I can work my way through the list then and get things here. Tom, our youngest, he's coming home from uni on the, I think it was the 15th of December, but I think it might be the weekend now, the 18th of December. So he's home for Christmas and not going back until second week of Jan, I think. So he's home for a good 4 weeks, so that'd be nice to see him. And yeah, we're just getting on with everything. We've put the tree up, as you know. I've shown you a bit of that. So, and not got the turkey yet. Have you got yours? I don't know when we're going to get that, but I'm sure we will get it. We usually go to a farm actually up the road. That's where we got it from last year, and it was really nice. It was a really good quality one, so we might do the same again, who knows. So I hope you're all well. Have a great week everyone, and happy crocheting, and I'll see you again next time.